Look at you. You are looking so good. I'm so glad this diet's going so well for you. Well, that's what I'm here for, and we do see a lot of success stories, but a lot of it depends on you and depends on your commitment, so you're doing such a fantastic job. So, we already took your weight. I'll give you all the results when we're done. But I'm going to use the calipers, and I'm just going to just test your body mass index. Okay, so we're going to do the top of your arms. Okay. All right, let me just add that in, and your stomach. Okay, add that in. And the outside of your hip, kind of at the widest point. Okay, add those numbers in. All right, and I'm going to use the tape measure, which I'm sure you use at home too. So let's get the top of each arm. All right, and your other arm. Okay, and we're going to do right around your waist, where your belly button is. Okay, around you. Okay, get that number. Okay, and your hips. Around you again. Okay, and then I'm going to do each thigh. Okay. And your other thigh. Great. All right, so we got all of our numbers, and we can just have a seat. All right, and we'll do the number crunching. Okay, so let's look at the computer. All right, so you're down 5 pounds since the last time I saw you, which is great at this phase. Again, you've lost so much weight already. Sorry, I'm going to have a sip of my tea. The fact that you're continuing to lose pretty rapidly is wonderful. It is going to taper off. Don't get concerned. You will continue to gain muscle, and you will continue to lower your body fat and lose inches. So that's why we take so many different measurements. The scale is not always the best measurement. It's often the worst measurement because, as most of you who've been on diets, and I've been on diets my whole life, know that you just hit these plateaus where you don't lose any weight and you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and quite often you are gaining muscle, and that's one of the reasons why you're not losing weight, because muscle weighs more than fat does, and also your body just starts to plateau and you may be losing inches, but it doesn't show up on the scale. So, and let's look at what else we have here. You have lost another 3% body fat, and congratulations, you are now in the healthy range for BMI. Yep. You're down to 23% body fat. Congratulations, that's wonderful. So now, honestly, at this point, I don't want you to give up by any means, but we're, for the most part, talking about cosmetics. We're talking about how you want to look, not as much about your health at this point, because you really are in a healthy range. You don't want to go back up, and that's why I don't want to say that and have you think you can go whole hog, and because we don't want you to gain anything back, obviously. And you've lost a 1/2 inch on each of your arms. You've lost a whole inch on your waist. You've lost 3/4 of an inch on your hips. And you've lost a half an inch on each of your legs. So again, you've probably noticed that your pants are fitting a little bit better. You may have had to go, I'm sure you've had to go and buy new clothes because with the amount that you've lost at this point, I can't imagine you fit anything that you used to fit into. Well, that's great. Well, I know you've sent me your video log of everything that you're eating. So you're taking pictures with your iPhone, right? Okay. That's actually, they found that's much, much better than even keeping a food log because you're much less likely to eat something that's kind of gross if you have to take a picture of it and might have to look at that again. And I'm sure it helps that you have to send it to me. You can always not send it, but yeah, it's a good extra deterrent. The fact that you're coming to see me is also a really good help and deterrent in weight loss. Oh, and you have a little bet at the office. That's actually really good. So you're going to see who can lose the most weight in what amount of time. Are you winning so far? I bet you are. How much is it for? $100 is nice. I bet you've got this one in the bag. And we love referrals, so if you find anybody who wants to know what your secret was and send them to us, we would love to see them. Okay, so let's go through a little bit of what you've been eating. Okay? So let's look in the computer what you've been eating. Okay, so it looks like for breakfast you're having Greek yogurt. Yeah, I know we try and have you stay away from dairy for the most part, but Greek yogurt and cottage cheese are okay because they are so high in protein. Oh, and you started making your own Greek yogurt? Wow. Well, tell me about that. What's the difference between, I've never made it myself. I mean, I know the protein difference, but in the recipe, what's different between the Greek yogurt and making regular yogurt? I know my dad used to make regular yogurt. He had a yogurt machine. And he'd make regular yogurt just in these little cups that went in this heater. But you don't do that. You don't have a machine. Okay, so how is it different between regular yogurt and Greek? Oh, okay, so you just drain the whey, an extra time for the Greek yogurt. That's interesting. That one more extra kind of draining with cheesecloth would make that big of a difference in the protein between regular yogurt and Greek. And the taste is so different. Interesting. So how do you make it? So you just scald the milk in a regular pot. All right. And then let it cool. Okay. So just about 45 minutes to an hour. 108 to 115 Celsius. Okay. No, I have a candy thermometer at home, so I can do that. All right, and then, oh, okay, so you have to have some store-bought yogurt with active cultures. What about after you've made it? Can you use the yogurt that you've made to keep sustaining more and more? You can, okay. All right, so 2 tablespoons of yogurt with active cultures. And you stir it in just regular milk. And are you using skim milk, I assume? Okay. And then stir that into the scalded milk. Okay, so you heat up your oven for how long? Just 2 or 3 minutes? On just the lowest setting, just kind of warm. Okay. And then you don't put the pot in. So you put in like a glass or ceramic container. Does it need to have a lid? Okay, it doesn't need to, but it's better. All right, I've got like a silicone lid I could probably use. Okay, put it in the oven. Turn the oven off first, okay? But put the light on. Oh, so the light from the oven will produce enough heat? Huh. And then how long does it sit like that? 6 to 12 hours, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so the longer it sits, the more kind of acidic it gets. Okay. I don't like it real acidic, so I'd probably take it out after 6 hours. And then you just get a colander with cheesecloth. You use an old t-shirt, okay? I hope it's a clean old t-shirt. Well, I have cheesecloth at home. I'm a baker, so I have. Okay. And then just set that in a bowl. Okay. And that'll take the whey out. Do you just throw the whey out? Oh, you use it for baking? Huh. I wonder if it would be good in like soups, because I know whey has a lot of protein in it. It's really good for you. I bet it would make a nice kind of, not quite creamy soup base, but kind of protein rich, you know, added with a little bit of stock. Well, that is excellent. The more stuff that you can make from scratch, I know it seems silly when you can buy yogurt to make it, but when you make it, you know exactly what's in it. You know there's not any extra sugar. You know it's got active cultures, and you know one of the things we want to do in this diet is really get your gut flora working correctly. When our gut flora is not working correctly, first of all, we don't feel good, and also we can't absorb all the nutrients from the food we're eating. So when we eat, our body doesn't get all the nutrients. Our body signals us to want to eat more. Yeah. So that's great. So what do you put into your yogurt in the morning? Cinnamon. Cinnamon's perfect. You know, you want about a teaspoon of cinnamon every day. It will slow down, sorry, it will keep your insulin, help keep your insulin levels balanced. So your insulin won't shoot up and won't make you really tired and won't make you crave more sugar. Okay, so the cinnamon, a little bit of cinnamon, and a tablespoon of almond butter. Okay, great. That's nice high protein. And are you eating that within a half hour of waking up? Okay, within an hour. Half hour is ideal. Within an hour is okay. But the earlier that you can eat after waking up, the better, because it will kick your body into burning fat instead of just storing it. Because your body won't be in starvation mode anymore. You know, at night your metabolism slows down because it's not getting any food. So, okay, great. So that's a good start. And then what do you eat as kind of your second breakfast? Okay, it looks like, you're having oatmeal. Okay, so you know that's not the best choice because it's a grain. Okay, yeah, I know we added that in. Let's see, we added that in after you had lost a good portion of weight. Okay, is that helping you feel fuller? All right. Yeah, we want to make sure that you're sticking to the diet as much as you can, but obviously we don't want you to feel hungry, because if you feel hungry, you're going to get cravings, you're going to want to eat everything in the house, you're going to break the diet. So there are good healthy foods that may not be strictly on the diet, but that can help you feel fuller. So what are you adding to the oatmeal to give it a little bit more protein? A little bit of almond milk. Okay, you're making it in some almond milk. That's a good choice. And then some walnuts. Okay, great. Okay, so that'll add a little bit more fat and protein to it. We're not cutting out your carbs entirely, but we're trying to keep them low. It'll help you lose weight as well. Okay. All right, so that's good. Now, are you taking any garlic pills? Or just eating garlic? You're adding garlic to meals, but you're also taking, okay. So when are you taking that during the day? You're taking it with dinner at night. Okay, that's good. Are you having anything else with your oatmeal? Lemon water. Okay, great. That'll help kind of boost up your metabolism. So just a slice of lemon in water. Good, good, excellent choice. So let's see what you're having for lunch. Spinach salad. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Wonderful. So spinach, and are you having like tuna fish salad or chicken salad? Okay. Are you using any salad dressings? Oil and vinegar sometimes. Yeah, when you're eating it with, tuna salad or chicken salad, you often don't need anything. And then some beans on the side. Okay, that's great. So about how many beans are you eating? About half a cup. Perfect. Good protein, good carbohydrates. It's a slow carb, so it gives you the carbohydrates that you need, but it doesn't spike the sugar and insulin levels in your body. Okay, great. Now, does that make you feel full enough? Sometimes not. Okay. So now that you're doing so well with the diet, one of the things that we can start adding in is more grains. So we still want to stay away from gluten as much as we can, because again, that's more likely to trigger any low-grade allergies you may have. We know you're not completely gluten intolerant, but you don't have celiac, but we should cut out, keep that out of your diet for now while you're continuing to want to lose weight. But you can start adding in things like quinoa and other grains like barley and bulgur. Quinoa is really great though, and one of the nice things is they're now making quinoa pastas. Quinoa is more, it reacts in your body more like a legume, like a bean or a lentil, than it does a grain. So quinoa is a really good first sort of grain to add back in. It'll make you feel a little bit fuller. And again, you can now experiment a little bit with these pastas that are made from quinoa. There's also a few breads out there that are made. You want to avoid rice. Rice is still really high in glucose and raising your sugar levels. Right, so you can check out some of the breads in the health food section that might be made from like buckwheat or something like that. See if you like them. Again, it's still going to be a real side addition to your meal. You are not now going to have a giant bowl of quinoa pasta with butter for your dinner. It's more like having a little half cup of pasta on the side, or of couscous, or of quinoa on the side, just to help fill you up a little bit more if you're not feeling entirely full from the high protein, high fat diet that we have you on. Okay, so again, and see how your body's reacting to it. We're really trying to improve your gut flora. So as that improves, it should get better. Are you having anything else with the spinach salad? Oh, some sauerkraut. That's great, because that's a fermented food, so that'll really help with the gut flora. Are you using my recipe for making it yourself? Great, so you're just using the cabbage and a little bit of salt, and then adding water and letting it sit? Oh, okay. So what did you try adding this time? Ginger. Oh, I bet that's really good. I've done some with like celery salt to make it more of a Bavarian sauerkraut, but I haven't tried ginger yet, so maybe I'll try that. You just let it sit for a week or more and keep an eye on it. Okay. Oh, that's a good idea. So you're putting just flat pieces of cabbage on top of the sliced cabbage, so sliced cabbage won't rise up out of the water. Great. Great idea. So how much of that are you having a day? About 5 or 6 forkfuls. Perfect. Perfect. Your gut flora must be in pretty good shape right now. So again, you're probably not having as many cravings, right? Okay, good. So what are you usually having for kind of a later snack, lunch? Okay, so just some more beans. All right, maybe more sauerkraut. Oh, that's a good idea. So you're sometimes like making a burrito with lettuce and beans and salsa. Perfect. That's a great lunch. Okay, and what are you having for dinner? So just chicken or fish or beef and vegetables. Have a stir fry. Okay, great. So still no rice. Even brown rice can raise your blood sugar too much. But you can start adding in some of the other grains. So barley, I would really start with the quinoa, see how your body reacts to that. And we'll see if your weight loss continues at the same rate as much as you want. Again, it's going to slow down a little bit. Okay. Great. Now, are you doing your cheat day every week? Okay. So we do want you to have a day off of being real strict on the diet. But I don't want you to go crazy. I know on some of these diets, they tell you to just really binge until you feel sick, 1 day a week. And the theory is that it'll keep your body from going into starvation mode. And we've found that just upping your calories a bit will keep your body from feeling like it's in starvation mode, but we don't want you to have the kind of relationship with food where you binge regularly. It's not healthy. It's not the way you want to eat. We don't want you to eat till you feel sick. We want you to listen to your body's cues, and if something makes you sick, you don't want to be eating it. So what did you have on your last binge day? And again, I'm not limiting what you eat. I just want you to be real conscious of what you eat. So you're not enjoying binge day, cheat day as much anymore, are you? I know those craving foods don't often live up to expectations and they tend to make you sick. I had a donut on my cheat day the other day, and it didn't make me feel really sick. It made me kind of tired because I think my insulin went nuts. Because I tend to be hypoglycemic anyway, so I tend to produce too much insulin. I think my insulin went nuts. It made me really tired. And honestly, it wasn't that great. It was okay. I enjoyed eating it. I really enjoyed the idea of going and getting it and being allowed to go get it. But once I ate it, and even in the middle of eating it, I was thinking 2 or 3 bites of this and it would have been fine because it really just wasn't. It wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. So what have you been eating? You went to McDonald's. Oh my gosh. How did that go? Were you sick as a dog? Yeah, I'm not surprised. All that grease in your body when your body's used to eating so healthy. Oh, geez. Yeah. Yeah, I bet that didn't feel good. Did you drink a lot of water that day? Okay. Maybe some extra sauerkraut to kind of clear your body out. All right. Ooh, yuck. Did you enjoy eating it? About half of it. Yeah. So it's kind of like with me and the donut. It's not as good as you think it's going to be. It's more the idea of how you used to feel when you ate it. And again, that's why we don't want you to really, you know, if you feel sick, throw it away. You're not forced to keep eating it. So one of the things we want you to do with your day off is to try the things that you're craving, so that you realize that honestly, they don't really fix your craving. They're not as good as they used to seem. About how many calories are you eating on your off day? All right, so about 2,500. That's great. That's perfect because that won't totally derail everything. Are you doing any 19-hour fasts? You did after McDonald's. Okay, so you fasted from when to when? From 6 p.m. until 1 the next day? Okay. No, that's okay. Yeah. I mean, it's actually a good way not to gain weight from your off day. And I find that sometimes I want to fast just to get whatever I ate out of my system. But, you know, the more you're on the diet and the less you're having cravings because your body's working correctly. You know, again, we still want you to eat extra calories on your day off, but you'll want like a fruit smoothie, something like that. So that brings another topic. We can start adding a little bit of fruit back in. So you can start eating apples, not applesauce, not apple juice, obviously, but apples with all the fiber of the skin. And occasionally, as a special treat, you can have some berries. Frozen berries are really kind of the best, although this time of year you might be able to get some fresh berries that are really good. Again, special treat, maybe once a week, but you can have an apple a day if you'd like it. Again, see how your body reacts to it. Don't have an apple a day from the get-go. Have an apple today or tomorrow. Give it, 36 hours. See if it seems to change how your body is feeling. And if it seems to handle it fine, then have an apple a day. You're doing fantastic, though. You really are. I'm so proud of you. This is not easy. I know, it's especially hard in the beginning when we really limit, no fruit, no dairy, no grains. I know. Do you have sort of your favorite recipes now? Okay, and you stick with pretty much the same meals? Okay, so you do the same meals until dinner, and then kind of alternate what your dinner is. That's a great, great choice. Again, you don't want to have to agonize, honestly, because if you sit down and think, what do I want to have for lunch? It's probably not a spinach salad with beans. It's not. You want a sandwich, or you want a hamburger, or you want, especially if you're hungry. So you don't want to have to think about it. You want to have your spinach salad ready to go. It will fill you up, especially now if you can add in some of the grains. And you don't have to agonize about it. You can also, so here's my gift to you before we end our session. You can also add in a good piece of dark chocolate. You can have it whenever during the day that you want. I recommend having it kind of as your dessert after dinner. Again, because it is going to raise your sugar a little bit. Now, if you're having it with your dinner, it's going to raise it less so than if you just eat it by itself. But I find that having it after dinner, I have less cravings. If I have it earlier in the day, I really want another piece later in the day. So if I know it's my treat at the end of the day, I'm able to kind of wait. Okay. Well, you are doing just really an absolutely fantastic job, and I'm so proud of you. And I'll see you when's our next appointment? Oh, great. Well, I only see you every month now, so I'll see you in a month. If you need me for anything, you know my number. Okay? And I will see you in a month, and I'll be sending you your daily sort of email updates and encouragement. Okay, great. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.